looking like they're not messing around tonight. They had a little bit of an edge to them as they got off the bus earlier. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you exciting NBA action. Moments away, it'll be the New Orleans Pelicans going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Along with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce joins us from the sidelines. Shorter rotation player, next man up mentality though. It does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Missing a valued contributor. That can be a challenge. Now we'll see how they overcome it.
And the Oklahoma City starting five. In it forward, it's Dorian Williams. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is out there with Josh Giddey. And it's Holmgren in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Pelicans, the Duke connection alive and strong with Ingram and Zion at the 3 and the 4. The backcourt, McCollum and Jones. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5 down low. Doris, looks like the matchup in the middle tonight will be one to watch. Two of the best pivots on the planet.
BA, big men with big-time games. It is easy to know where the action's going to play out.
Here we go. It'll be the Thunder off the tip. Giddey against Jones. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, an amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
There's the focus from SGA, the ability to absorb contact and finish.
Doris, how about the production we've been seeing from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander?
BA, he has taken that step from star to superstar, simply stated. I think he's got the potential to make multiple All-NBA teams, the ability offensively to attack at 3 levels, and to be equally good on the defensive end of the floor. This guy is something special.
Now here's McCollum. Outside Jones. Williams against Ingram. Pass to Williamson. Clock at 6. McCollum outside. From deep. That one's in. Coming off a nice dish from Williamson.
Unselfish play there by Zion. Moving the ball to another shooter.
McCollum against Gilgeous-Alexander. From deep. Holmgren. Counted from distance.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling 3-point opportunities.
Now here's Jones. McCollum outside. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Holmgren with a screen on McCollum. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. And a miss there on the triple. New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point land so far. Williamson finds McCollum. Valanciunas with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Ingram with the ball.
This guy is so strong physically. Luke Dort locked in defensively.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. It's the Thunder leading by just 2, and the second quarter is on its way when we return. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And what do you guys think about the Thunder here in this one?
Give it up for their D. They're battling, communicating, and coming up with key stops.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
And it's Pelicans ball. Trailing by 2. Despite missing the playoffs in 2023, the future still looks bright for OKC doors.
BA, I don't know how you could not be impressed with what they did. They're accomplished in the regular season well beyond what the expectation was. So many people dismissed them at the start. What a bright, young core they have.
Taking a look at Oklahoma City. They've got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Wallace in at the 2-guard spot. First one falls.
A late bloomer. CJ McCollum's career has been fun to watch unfold, and I'm sure inspired lots of hoopers out there.
And McCollum drops them both. Well, New Orleans hasn't made the playoffs in consecutive years since 2008-2009.
You know, B.A., that was back in the Chris Paul era. They only reached the postseason twice with Anthony Davis. But in recent years, injuries have prevented them from reaching their potential.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, the Thunder are still developing with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander embracing his role as a catalyst. He said, quote, "I have the opportunity to really build something and be at the forefront of it. That's something I know and embrace every single day, and I maximize it for sure." Brian?
Well, you can see it. They're so grateful to have him, too. Thanks, Allie. Down to 5 on the shot clock. New Orleans needs to hurry. Late clock. Hawkins. Williams grabs the board. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for the Thunder. Starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. McCollum with a steal. Down low. Marshall can't hit.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Hayward, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams with the screen. Out to Hayward. Launches it. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. McCollum outside. Pass to Marshall. Nance against Williams. There's McCollum with the 3. Gets the 3 to fall. McCollum's got 5 points in the quarter.
With confidence and ability from long range, I love it. McCollum's able to space the floor and keep the defense honest.
Pass to Wallace. Takes a 3. Can't get it to drop. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Pelicans ahead. They're up by 1. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports.
Put your hands together, fans, for your entertainment.
just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One of the stories here, C.J. McCollum. He's getting it done today.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Hey, you look at some of the young star power on OKC. Grant, they haven't had that since the Kevin Durant years.
Oh, B.A., I mean, those KD teams were built through the draft. So no matter where they're picking, the Thunder seem to uncover gems.
Jones is the 2 with Ingram at small forward. Zion and Valanciunas in the middle. And it's McCollum at the 1. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. And that one's good. Holmgren.
A superb 3-point threat. When Holmgren is knocking down triples, he's hard to contain.
Pass to Williamson. Here's McCollum. Lets the 3 fly. Hits the 3-pointer. McCollum's got 11 points.
And that's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these 2, taking pride and making plays.
Now here's Williams. No points so far. Stolen by Valanciunas. Here's Williamson. Ooh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
Yeah, hard not to foul Zion inside. He's just so broad and so aggressive.
Grant, with the Pelicans, so many of the past few years have started with such high hopes.
Yeah, B.A., and at the end of every season, it feels like there's a big what-if hanging over New Orleans. They haven't been able to catch many breaks in recent years.
That's good from Williamson.
Yeah, the physical abilities of Zion are truly next level. His build, his strength, I mean, it makes him difficult to defend and totally unique.
He's off on the second. And Grant, when you scan the OKC roster, you see length at every position.
Yeah, it's definitely their philosophy, B.A. We're seeing a number of franchises going that route. What I would say about the Thunder, though, many of their guys still have some strength to add.
An interesting note on Jalen Williams. He was the first Santa Clara player drafted in 26 years.
B.A., we know who that player you're talking about is. Obviously, Steve Nash was selected out of Santa Clara back in 1996. That one worked out pretty well. I think Jalen Williams will be special as well.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Williams. Williams drops them both. 40 seconds left in the third. Ingram deciding where to go with it. Rejected by Holmgren.
And you can't forget about Holmgren's reach, especially when he's nearby on defense.
Gilgeous-Alexander against McCollum. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 on the clock. SGA doing his thing in close.
Yeah, put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
3 quarters of play and a close one here. It's the Thunder. They lead by a bucket. Don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. And Giddey has got the ball here for the Thunder. The lead is 2. And Oklahoma City looking at who they've got to start the fourth. Inside, we got Williams and Holmgren. Josh Giddey out there with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Dort in at the 3 slot. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, despite his young age, has always been rock solid in his confidence. Here's a big-time moment for him to deliver.
Taking 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
And when you're a player like SGA, handling the ball late in crucial moments, you better get used to being at the line in big spots.
And so both free throws good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Now, this guy has a reputation for being a great free throw shooter, and you've got to knock him down. He does it here.
Ingram against Dort. The shot by Ingram, no good. Here's Oklahoma City now. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. To the paint. And the big finish by Holmgren.
And you know, as a roller, Holmgren shows great hands, and he makes nice adjustments moving downhill.
Gilgeous-Alexander against McCollum. Ingram with the ball. Uses the glass on the layup.
Anytime Ingram gets a look that close in, it's a great trip down the floor.
Gilgeous-Alexander against McCollum. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Down low. Here's Holmgren. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Thunder, Chet Holmgren. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that puts him up 5.
And what you immediately notice about Chet Holmgren is his uniqueness. He's got size, but also tremendous agility. He can hit outside shots or battle down low.
And so he drops them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Well, it's about the little details. Capitalize at the free throw line, add to your lead.
New Orleans calls timeout. They're behind by 6. 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Willie Green coaching his team during that last break. He reminded his team just how close this game is, saying, guys, we aren't out of this yet. We still have plenty of time left. Let's go out and execute our game plan, and I promise you, we will win this game. Let's see how they come out of this timeout, Brian.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. And it's the Pelicans with the ball. 6-point game. Here's Ingram, rejected by Holmgren.
How about the 7-foot wingspan of Chet Holmgren? Send it back, young sir.
And that one's good. Giddey.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
And you have to love the intensity from Ingram when they're up against it, always ready to attack.
First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for New Orleans, Brandon Ingram. One shot.
That free throw, good from Ingram.
Yeah, and Brandon Ingram doesn't get enough credit for his growth as a free throw shooter. He shot below 70% from the line in his first 3 seasons, but since then, he hasn't dipped below 80.
Third team foul. At the line for the Thunder, Josh Giddey. 2 shots.
Shoot 2.
He drops the first one, and that increases the lead to 6.
Guys, we have seen a number of high-caliber players from Australia. Josh Giddey adding to the reputation of the country. This guy is long, he's versatile, and he's skilled.
New Orleans calls timeout. They're trailing by 7. 26 seconds left in the 4th.
Come on, back in band. On your feet and get loud. Dance team.
26 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Valanciunas with a screen on Giddey. Jones drives in. Holmgren with the block. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Holmgren. It's time to take a glance again at that superb block.
Oh, amazing indeed. And getting stops like that only encourages them to keep attacking on the offensive end.
Here's McCollum. Williamson outside. And here's Ingram from the arc. And it's Giddey with a rebound. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. And so it's Oklahoma City winning this one. And they barely squeezed out the win here on the road.
And B.A., the visiting team